Wednesday, 3:59 p.m.
Hi, Miss. This is Samara Habib. I was told this is where I could leave you a voicemail. This is my final attempt to try to explain to you what's happening. And after this, whatever you decide, there's going to be a path that moves forward and there's going to be no rule in the world of back. So let's take it back to square one. Attorneys have an ethical duty to report their clients when they make threats. And if the attorney does not report their client, the attorney will be held liable. They could lose their license. Several things can happen. I have been spending a lot of money on attorney fees to figure out what to do with you, because every time you speak with Joel and Audrina, you make these threats and they're documented in our notes, and you can't regard them. So in order to protect you from us having to report you, Joel chose to withdraw to protect you. And then you will be protected by the attorney-client privilege. Because if any of this stuff comes out to light, you'll never be able to see your son again. You have decided to publicize your dispute with us on a public website, on other public comments. That tears down the attorney-client privilege. Once that privilege is torn down, if we're subpoenaed or if we're asked, then guess what? We cannot assert attorney-client privilege, Mr. Zillow. We have to testify about every vulgar word you've said, every threat you've made, everything you've disclosed to us, because you have publicized the contents of our communication. And maybe you don't understand that sometimes it takes extreme measures to protect somebody from themselves. But at this point, given that you publicized what has occurred, I cannot incur liability of saying I did nothing about it. You are forcing me to take action. So I'm headed to court for an ex parte protection order. I've called the Los Angeles Police Department. I have left a message with the pertinent investigator. I don't want to go down this path because I would prefer to just pretend none of this ever happened and nobody knows that this happened. Everybody has a mental break sometimes. Everybody goes through something difficult. Hoping that you could hear some rhyme or reason of how you're hurting nobody but yourself. And thinking that you're going to destroy people or businesses, nobody has that power. Not even God. God doesn't come down on us to destroy people and businesses. Okay, Mr. Zillow, you're creating a record about yourself. Your son is going to grow up and read it. Your mom is going to show this to him. She's going to say, look how crazy your dad is. Look what I protected you from. We're going to be subpoenaed. It's going to get messy. I don't want to be involved in any of this. Our withdrawal is to protect you so that we don't have to hear any more threats and we don't have to...
End of messages.
What a psychotic woman. And she's the owner of Dadvocates. And she says she cares about fathers and their children. Well, let me just tell you something. She billed us at $17,000. Didn't complete any RFOs, completed absolutely no legal court paperwork. Then when we told her that she filed the same paperwork we've already filed, the male attorney that works under her lost his temper and sent us angry, blaming emails, blaming it on us. But if you've done $17,000 worth of research, according to them and their billing lies and scams, then you should have gotten your own transcripts, you should have gotten your own records, and you should have gotten your own court orders and done your own due diligence, and not blame an 82-year-old grandfather and a 75-year-old grandmother. But they did tell you in the office. That's what's even funnier. But then again, the attorney handling it, Joel, he's 80 years old himself. So probably he's a little slow and stupid. Then this vindictive woman, because we got mad at them and called them stupid, they dropped themselves from the case, fabricated the lie of threats. They have an insane problem because we built a website. It's all about my family law case and everyone that I interact with about this case It's a personal blog where I express my feelings and interactions with these individuals. This seething cunt, by the way, if you read your contract very carefully, tries to make you sign a part of a contract where you won't leave any Google reviews on public review websites. Thank God I own my own personal blog. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. And don't choose the Dadvocates. The Dadvocates is owned by a vindictive woman who wants to take away a father's rights after the seething cunt and her retarded old attorney Joel couldn't get shit done because they billed us for $17K, wrote an RFO that was a duplicate of another attorney's, and then blamed us for the fact that they don't do due diligence but bill us for $17,000 worth of research. The Dadvocates is based in Woodland Hills and Colorado. Make sure you pay attention to all the one-star reviews on the Colorado listing. She's one hell of a cunt.